The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore! We are Detroit!
In 2013 and 2012, Ishpeming won back-to-back division state championships and attempted a third in a row, foiled last year by Detroit Loyola. The Hematites have made the long journey back, looking for a third title in 4 years. Standing in their way, though, Pewamo-Westphalia. In order to get to Ford Field, they had to shut out the defending champions. They're both here, but only one is going home as the Division 7 champion. The MHSAA football finals are presented to you by Arby's. We start another full day of football with the Division 7 state championship game between the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia and the Hematites of Ishpeming. Welcome inside Ford Field, everyone, along with former NFL safety and University of Michigan safety Marcus Ray. I'm Dan Dickerson. Marcus, we start another full day of football with the Division 7 championship game. The Ishpeming Hematites here for a fourth year, and they've gotten here by running the ball in recent years. But this year, with an inexperienced offensive line, they've had to throw the ball a little bit more, and it's worked because they've got a talented quarterback in Ozzie Corp.
Yeah, Ozzie Corp's very talented, and when you watch him play, you'll notice he's tall, he's long, he's very tough to bring down. They like to use Ozzie Corp in the single wing, but they'll also roll him out to his left here. He makes a throw back to his right. He's tall. He can see over those linemen. But even though their offensive line struggled this year, they were able to protect him enough to see over the offensive line and throw the ball down the field. Right here, he takes the direct snap and goes right into the end zone. He's a kid that makes a lot of plays for this offense.
And rarely has a defensive side of the ball team task been any clearer than it is for the Hematites today. Their task is to start Pewamo-Westphalia, try to stop Jared Smith, a back who set all kinds of records this year.
Oh, speaking of records, he's the first player in the state and first player in the history of the state of Michigan to run for more than 3,000 yards in one season. You see the size, the speed, he has the right vision. He's awfully tough to bring down as well. He runs with a lot of patience, and he can also hit the home run. But when you talk about records, Dan, 52 total touchdowns. He's tied right now for the all-time lead and for the record in the state for one season in the state of Michigan.
3,000 yards on the ground. It's never been done before. We've got a terrific matchup to start the day. The Hematites are looking for a third title in the last 4 years. Pewamo-Westphalia has never won a title before. They'll try to do it here today at Ford Field. The Division 7 state championship game. We've got the kickoff coming up next.
Sportsmanship. Remember, nothing beats good sportsmanship. This time we invite you to stand. The privilege of this game made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we all enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Everyone, at attention, place your hand over your heart. And let's proudly join the Ishpeming marching band and sing along with our national anthem.
Check, 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 check.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Gentlemen, welcome. Listen carefully. I'm going to give you my secret recipe how to become a state champion. Number one, you need commitment, and that commitment doesn't start today. It should have started at the end of last season. In the weight room, in 7-on-7s, in agility drills. You have to be committed as, yeah, coach.
Hey, when they're on that odd front, bringing that six-man pressure from the weak side, how are you going to pick that up?
What do you say, just block them better? How about that? Try that for a change. All right, second thing, intensity. You have to exude it so your players want to emulate what you're doing. They're going to get out there, practice hard every day like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, coach.
Coach, the option's been killing us all year. What should we do to stop it?
Just tackle better. You know, I mean, this is simple. All right, believe. You have to believe in your players, then they will believe in you. And if you get that belief, that type of trust, they will do anything for you. They will respond to what you want. Yeah, Coach Nowak, what do you need?
They're in an empty set running 4 verts.
Yeah.
How are we going to cover that?
Just have your guys cover them.
Cover 2? Cover 4?
Yeah, whatever. You just have one for each guy. All right, moving on. Follow these simple instructions. You too can create a masterpiece. Look at this. State championship trophy. It's time. Let the big dogs eat. On Fox Sports Detroit.
This guy knows a little bit about that right recipe. Jeff Olsen, the head coach of the Ishpeming Hematites. We heard from him just a few moments ago as he addressed his team.
Get tough in your life and you have something to go after and you have some adversity or whatever, you remember this moment right now. Put your hand on the line and you go after it, whatever it is. You take care of everybody, and I said this last time and the time before. Good luck, because you guys deserve this. Let's go.
Jeff Olsen back for a 4th consecutive year. Incredible success with the Ishpeming program in 24 years. Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia will get the ball to start the game today. They're coached by Jeremy Miller in his 3rd year as head coach. It's the Division 7 state championship game. Luke Kuliu is kicking off. And the Pirates on the return. Across the 30-yard line is Mason Schneider. And the Pirates will take over at their 34-yard line to start the first possession of the afternoon. Let's go down. Hear from Coach Jeremy Miller about his quarterback, the sophomore Jimmy Lehman, who got some snaps as a freshman last year.
We have 2 quarterbacks that will probably play for us today. Jimmy Lehman is a sophomore, big kid, big arm. And then Ryan Smith is a junior, and he's more of a scrambler. He can make some stuff happen with his feet.
Lehman, the sophomore, will start under center. He takes about 2/3 of the snaps. Ryan Smith gets the other snaps, but again, we will see both of them under center today. Toss right side to who else? Jared Smith. Cuts back the other way, and he's got some running room. Cuts it across the 40-yard line before he is swarmed under, but that's a big pickup on first down of 8 yards. Let's take a look at the Pirates' front line. There's some big boys up front. Left tackle Matthew Fox is 285. Dane Van Els is at 280. He and the center Devin Pung were injured for a good part of the year. They've just come back in recent weeks. Smith in the backfield, but keep an eye on Nate Jandernoa as well. That's the guy who can block and also run the ball. He's averaged almost 9 yards a carry, but he's one of the primary blockers for that guy who set all the records, Jared Smith. And remember, Jared Smith, he's just a junior. 8 yards on first down for Smith, as we see why he averages 11 yards a carry. And now off the left side, almost broke out of a tackle that might have freed him for a long run. Ozzie Corp, the other quarterback on the opposing side, to the stop after 5, but a first down. Let's take a look at the defense for the Hematites, and it is a good defense. Devin Kent up front with Matt Malone leading the way. Linebacking crew, Luke Kuliu is the senior linebacker along with Halen Corello. The defensive backfield, Ozzie Corp, the quarterback, is at safety in Division 7 and 8 especially. You see a lot of guys playing on both sides of the ball at the skill positions. Jared Smith takes the toss right up the middle, and he is stuffed at the 50-yard line on first down.
See right here, they get out to the toss sweep, and it's essentially a power play the way they pull their offensive linemen. And what they're trying to do is outnumber the defense right at the point of attack. That Pirate defense has been very stout so far, not allowing big plays there.
3,094 yards. It's uncharted territory for any running back in high school history in the state of Michigan. Smith running right side. Has a little bit of room. Tries to get to the edge. Jukin brings him down close to the first down marker. He's about 2 yards shy. Jeremy Miller, the head coach at Pewamo-Westphalia's third year. He was an assistant for 5 years before he took over as head coach in 2013. And you can see that fine record, 33-5. This is the first trip for him to the finals with the Pirates. Pirates are looking for their first ever state championship title. 3rd and 2 for Pewamo-Westphalia. The Pirates give it to Smith, running left side, and right at the first down marker. We'll see where the mark is. It looks like from here that he got the first down. He is right at the 42-yard line.
Well, if you notice, they like to run a tackle over offense, and we'll give you a pretty good look at that here. You see number 73, Matt Fox. He's actually a tackle, but he lines up at the tight end position, and then the outside receiver covers him up. So essentially, they go with a 4-man line to the strong side, and to the weak side, the tight end lines up at tackle.
So basically, it's just guard tight end on one side almost every time. And so they're just reading the defense, aren't they, Marcus?
Yeah, they're just reading the defense, trying to figure out where the weakness is up front.
Nate Janderno with the carry right up the middle. That's the fullback who, these guys sometimes get overlooked, but when you've got a guy who's gained 3,000 yards at fullback, you know he's done a job. And Nate Janderno has done a terrific job blocking and, as you can see, carrying the ball when he gets it.
Oh, yeah, you see he's having a great year on the ground, too. Yeah. It's really tough to stop in short yardage and goal line situations. He can run the football up the middle on the belly play, but he also is a great lead blocker.
It's a serious face mask there. You know that he's getting dirty, and he's sticking it right in the opponent's chest, blocking for Jared Smith. Quick toss, Smith tries to bounce it outside, and he does. Cuts it upfield, breaks out of a tackle, still going inside the 25-yard line before he's hauled down by the last line of defense. Ozzie Corp brings him down, but a big gain of 18, and the Pirates are moving here on their first drive.
Well, you see backside guard Isaiah Schaefer, 68, he wrapped around the perimeter, got that block to spring Jared Smith. But you see Ozzie Corp, the quarterback, you have to tackle this kid, Jared Smith, a little bit lower. It's tough to wrap him up around the chest area. You're going to have to grab his legs and get him on the ground.
8th play of the drive for the Pirates, facing a team that is certainly finals tested in the Hematites of Ishpeming, who are here for the 4th consecutive year. Under center is Lehman. Quick toss, Smith running right side, and into the backfield the Hematites defense swarms. Luke Coolio leading the tackling for the Hematites. Very good Hematites defense.
You see the defense maintain their leverage. See number 15, Thomas Finnegan, did a great job of making the football stretch out and go east and west instead of north and south. So you, with an offense and a great back like Jared Smith, you're going to have to maintain your run support leverage, keep the football inside and in front, so the pursuit from the backside can make the play.
This is a defense that has only allowed 8 points a game this year. They have not allowed more than 16 points, Ishpeming, all season long in any game. Jared Smith on the carry across the 15-yard line. Evan Gravidoni makes the tackle. This is what the Pirates like to do. They can absolutely grind it out on the ground. They don't throw a lot, and they can chew up the yardage, and it's Jared Smith, and then a little more Jared Smith.
Well, they definitely have a ball-controlled offense, and they like to take up chunks of time off the clock, get a lead, wait for you to make a mistake, and then you don't have enough time to even drive and get your offense going. So it's definitely a ball-controlled offense.
High formation in the backfield, 3rd and short. Smith left side gets a block and cuts it upfield for the first down. Nate Janderno throws the block to free Jared Smith to get the yards he needs for another Pirates first down.
See right here, you get the toss sweep, but really the pulling guard, Dan Van Els, he just opened up a big-time hole on the left side of that offensive line, and when you line up in an unbalanced line or a tackle over, then you start to pull guys. Now you split gaps and you outnumber the defense right at the point of attack.
Jared Smith gets it again, running to the strong side. And not much there as the Hematites close quickly. But it is impressive, Marcus, when everybody knows Jared Smith's going to get the ball 90% of the time, that he can have the kind of season that he's had and gain almost 11 yards every time he carries the ball.
Yeah, well, they always get a hat on a hat up front. They normally block the guys that are in the box defensively, and then he does the rest. So he normally gets about 4 or 5 yards before he's even touched, and he has the ability to run people over and hit the home run, make people miss.
12th play of the drive for the Pirates. Toss to Smith running left. Cuts it back upfield, follows his blockers. There's a good push up front. He's down to the 2. Jared Smith, good vision there. You talked about it in the open, Marcus. Good vision. Looked like he was going to try to go wide. He cut it back upfield.
Yeah, let's take a look right here. And then let's slow the tape down. You see, you get the kick out block, so now that creates that cutback lane that Jared Smith likes to use. He's actually a patient runner, so he's never in a hurry because he gives his lineman a chance to pull, get the block, and then the defense over pursues, and then he finds a crease.
2 of 2 on third downs for Pewamo-Westphalia. 3rd and goal from the 3. Ball fumbled, picked up by Smith. He's going to turn it upfield and come oh so close to the goal line. He's going to be about a half-yard short, setting up 4th and goal.
Well, they're very fortunate to get that football back. And one of the things I was going to say about this offense is they don't turn the ball over very much. They don't have a lot of penalties. Let's take a look at the quarterback exchange. Actually, the ball hits the fullback, Nate Noah. That's why it came loose. Big 4th down right here.
Ishpeming crowd on the near side on their feet. The Pirates crowd on the far side on their feet. 4th and goal. Smith carries, stacked up at the line, and he will not get in. Luke Coolio leading the charge for the Hematites, who come up with a huge stop on the first possession for the Pirates.
Big time goal line stand for the Pirates. You'll see they just got a stalemate right up front. You see Coolio in his linebacker position filled that A gap, but his defensive line did a great job of staying low, playing with leverage, and not getting pushed back.
And look at who is on the bottom of that pile as well. Ozzie Corp, the quarterback who plays safety. Boy, he knifed in and he got underneath Jared Smith. That was impressive.
You have to play low. Low man always wins down in the goal line area. Now this offense has to be careful down, backed up in their own end zone.
And they'll go from the shotgun. Ozzie Corp whistles blow. Motion penalty. I didn't see it, but you would assume a motion penalty.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So that gives the Hematites a little bit of breathing room. Across the way, Jeremy Miller from the Pirates not happy with his defense for jumping offside. They had the Hematites pinned on their own goal line practically. Interesting that a team that just loves to run the ball and will run the ball operating out of the shotgun in the shadow of their own goalposts. Ozzie Corp has had a terrific year. He's going to keep it. He's got a hole on the right side. Big hole as he gets across the 15-yard line, a gain of 10. Head coach Jeff Olsen, very impressed with the year that Ozzie Corp has had. He just seems to come through every time they need a big play.
Very experienced, multi-dimensional, can run, can throw, can block. Very important to our offense. But the big thing is he's our leader. He gets us in the right play. Defensively, he gets us into the right alignment. So, it's been fortunate for us that we've had him here the last 4 years.
How tough is Ozzie Corp? His head coach calls him a triple threat, throwing, running, and blocking. because he says blocking is a big part of our offense and quarterbacks have to be able to do it. And Ozzie Corp at 6'5", 205 can block. And that's a big part of what the Hematites do. Timeout called by Ishpeming. They made a big defensive stop on Pewamo-Westphalia's first possession. They're starting to move out of the shadow of their own goalposts. Scoreless, thanks to a big stop by the Hematites. Hematites now have moved it out to their own 16-yard line. Let's take a look at that offensive line. It's a rebuilt offensive line. They were here in the state finals last year. The entire line graduated. Ashok Ravindran at left tackle has been a big part of that line. Backfield, Isaac Olsen, the coach's son, has had a very good year. He leads a talented core guys from the backfield. Corp on the keeper, runs right side, breaks out of one tackle, and that allows him to gain, instead of one, gain about 4 yards on first down. Matt Fox along the defensive line. That's a big defensive line led by Matt Fox and Dominic Spitzley, 280, 265 respectively. The linebacking core, Nate Jandernoa, the fullback, does a very good job. And then in the backfield, you've got Josh Myers, Logan Hengsbach, Jared Smith, who we talked about certainly on the offensive side of the ball, and he carried the ball 13 out of 14 plays. He's one of the defensive ends for Pewamo-Westphalia, and he's done a very good job on the defensive side of the ball as well. Give up the middle, and there is nothing there. Isaac Olsen on the carry, and he was stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Nate Jandernoa, Nolan Hagan leading the charge there, setting up 3rd and long now for the Hematites.
Well, one of the things you've noticed about both teams, they're very physical, and they crowd the line of scrimmage on defense. They run that 5-3 look, and it's very tough to find an open gap. But look at the form tackle. Get a lot of hats to the football.
That's a definition of gang tackling right there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
3rd and 6 for the Hematites. Corp back to throw, under pressure, wobbly throw. He had to hurry the throw, and that's why he couldn't hit his receiver, Luke Coolio. Nathan Smith was applying the pressure, and that's why Corp's throw was over the head of Coolio.
Yeah, it's hard to hit your target when you're under duress. That time the ball just sailed on him, but there was contact during the throw. It's a good stop for the defense.
Corp is also the punter. So they moved it from at least their 1-yard line almost to the 20. That punt is almost blocked. It's a good punt by Ozzie Corp. Alan Smith running left side. Down the sideline, has some room, and he's all the way inside the 40-yard line. And again, Pewamo-Westphalia will have good field position to start their second drive of the afternoon. Terrific return by Colin Smith. Pewamo-Westphalia stopped on their first drive. They'll try to get it going again when we come back.
MHSAA football finals on Fox Sports Detroit are brought to you by the Michigan National Guard, proud to be the official armed services partner of the MHSAA, and by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
And a happy Thanksgiving holiday weekend to all of you tuning in today. Hope you had a chance to spend some time with family and friends on the Thanksgiving holiday in the last couple of days at least. There's a toss right side, Smith carrying. He's getting the ball every time except for one carry for Nate Jandrenoa. Ozzie Corpo had 4 tackles on the first drive, in on the tackle again, and he had really the big tackle on that last play at the goal line along with Luke Cooley.
Yeah, he plays that free safety position, and he runs the alley well, meaning he gets downhill. You don't want your safeties making too many tackles. That means the ball's getting in that second and third level.
Out of the shotgun. They give up the middle, and not much there. That was Jandrenoa on the carry.
Pirates do a lot of pulling with their offense. You see the right guard, Dane Van Els. Normally the guard takes you to the play, but they will run some deception. They give you the misdirection to the right. So you really have to read your keys coming back if you're going to be able to make plays against this offense.
Well, Price Thielen on the carry. Ryan Smith, who we heard about from Coach Jeremy Miller, now is in at quarterback. He's going to keep it up the middle, has a little bit of room, and he's going to get right to that first down marker. And it looks like where they have it right now, he's got the first down. This is what the Pirates do. They move the chains.
See right here, they give you the zone blocking when they want to run the quarterback zone read play. But then when they really want to give the ball to Jared Smith, they pull and they get the lineman out in front.
The Pirates are heading over to the far sidelines because the final seconds are ticking off the clock here in the first quarter. So far, it has been all Pewamo-Westphalia. Their first drive went 65 yards and stalled at the 1. Now they're driving the ball again, looking for their first ever state championship. Ishpeming Hematites looking for a third title in 4 years. And after 12 minutes of play, we're scoreless in the Division 7 state championship game.
We were just on our way to hunting, and it was about 5:30 in the morning. We were still half asleep, down in coffee, and defensive coordinator looked at me and said, "Hey, we should just direct snap to Jared every once in a while." Put it in on Tuesday. Kids, anything we put at them, they're able to pick it up. So put it in on Tuesday. It looked really good in practice, and as the weather conditions, we saw what it was going to be like. We thought, boy, this might be something that we might actually use quite a bit. Opened the game with it and had a lot of success. So we just stayed with it.
The Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia got here last week by beating the defending state champions 30-0 Loyola. Their head coach Jeremy Miller says they did it with a completely new offense.
we were just on our way to hunting, and it was about 5:30 in the morning. We were still half asleep down in coffee, and defensive coordinator looked at me and said, "Hey, we should just direct snap to Jared every once in a while." Put it in on Tuesday. Kids, anything we put at them, they're able to pick it up. So put it in on Tuesday. It looked really good in practice, and as the weather conditions, we saw what it was going to be like. We thought, boy, this might be something that we might actually use quite a bit. Opened the game with it and had a lot of success, so we just stayed with it.
8 to 10 inches of snow fell in that game in the semifinals, and they just used that direct snap all day. Jeremy Miller didn't think they would use it a ton today. Smith gets another carry, breaks it up inside, steps out of one block and then another, and finally a third into the end zone. Jared Smith, touchdown, Pewamo-Westphalia.
Just like that.
53rd rushing touchdown this season, and he has just set a new state record.
They ran that power sweep, and who better to give it to? Jared Smith, record-setting running back. You want to talk about 53 total touchdowns in the season. That's a lot of points scored in the state of Michigan. There's been a lot of great football players to play in this state.
Pewamo-Westphalia is going to go for two. Throw to the end zone. Got a man. 2-point conversion. Bryce Thielen on the reception. 2 points and an 8-0 lead for the Pirates. Boy, we saw the skills of Jared Smith on display on that run. What a great look we had on that replay.
Yeah, they give you the power sweep to the right. And he picked up a
quick look at the 2-point conversion. They haven't thrown all day. That's a fine throw.
Well, they ran the bootleg pass, faked it to the left, came back around. Now here's a touchdown. You notice the fullback, Nate Jander Noah, got a great block, and then Jared Smith was able to make people miss, stretch out for the end zone. He's a big kid. You talk about 205 pounds. I mean, that's a load to try to carry. It doesn't sound like it. You hear guys 230, 240 pounds, but when you're strong and fast and you're put together well, it makes life hard for defensive backs trying to tackle a running back like Jared Smith.
Top 5 all time. These are rushing touchdowns. Jared Smith just broke a tie with Skylar Stoker from Grass Lake, set in 2008. Tim Shaw is on that team, or on that list twice. Kirk Ellsworth. This is total touchdowns in a season. 53 is the new record. That's a pretty impressive top 5, and pretty impressive that Tim Shaw from Livonia Clarenceville is on that list twice.
Well, and we're still early in the game, so he may be able to break his own record.
He may be able to put it out of reach for a few years to come. But you saw there, Marcus, I mean, if you're going to bring him down, there's some shiftiness there along with the strength. But if you're going to bring him down, it's going to take more than an arm tackle to bring him down. But the shiftiness made the Hematite defenders try to make an arm tackle.
Yeah, he has that shiftiness you talk about in the open field where he takes a little stutter step. He never breaks his stride. And then he uses his stiff arm well. And he will not let you get a good shot on him, and that's what makes him a great running back.
Bryce Thielen, who just caught the extra point, will kick off. Deep is Nick Comment. Fields it at the 20. Breaks one tackle, reverses course, and he gets a couple of extra yards across the 30-yard line. So far, it's been all Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. So far, the Hematites have not been able to move the ball on their one possession. MHSAA.TV will have live streaming coverage of the post-game press conference from this game. Plus, you'll find highlights and archives of all the weekend's championship games. Get bonus coverage of the football finals at MHSAA.TV. The archive is really a terrific feature. Go back and take a look at the finish of the King game if you didn't get a chance to see it yesterday. Martin Luther King of Detroit against Lowell was quite a finish. We've got a halftime feature about one of the players from King and about that final play. Movement.
Full start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So So the first drive for the Hematites started at their 1. They got it out to about the 20-yard line before having to punt it away. Now this possession starts with a 5-yard walk-off.
Yeah, they definitely start off with better field position. You know, they were able to move the ball. They were on the receiving end, the beneficial end of a penalty the last time to give them a little breathing room.
Out of the shotgun. Direct snap this time. And it looked like, well, that's Donald Donofrey with the carry on the direct snap. We haven't seen that look yet from the Hematites. They don't do that a whole lot. But a little different look here for Pewamo-Westphalia. Isaiah Schaefer on the stop. So just a couple of yards on first down. Now Ozzie Court back in. He'll take the snap this time. Staying in the backfield is Donald Donofrey. Second and long. It is on one of the jet motions to Isaac Olsen, and he is stopped in the backfield. The Pirates defense comes up big, led by Nolan Hagan, who sliced through to make the play. But Isaac Olsen's one of the big play guys for the Hematites, and he's stopped cold.
Yeah, let's take a look at Hagan. He gets up the field with penetration from his defensive end position. You'll see right here on the left side of your screen, he gets up the field right there, and the beauty of it is he didn't get reach blocked. He played with his hat in his hands and kept his eyes right on the football to maintain his leverage. And it's tough to run a jet sweep or any outside play when a defensive end gets penetration and maintains his outside leverage.
4-man front for the Pirates. 3rd and 16. Court downfield off the hands. Would have been a tough catch for Nick Comment. Good defense again from the Hematites. It would not have been a first down. Good coverage. Logan Hengsbach back in coverage for Pewamo-Westphalia.
Well, we're talking 3rd and 16 here. You get the deep route. And the Hematites played a little bit of high-low coverage, form of cover 3. They had a flat defender out there. And it's tough to get behind the sticks at 3rd and 16 and hit a big pass versus a great defense.
Ryan Smith and Colin Smith are deep. It'll be Colin Smith to make the catch, and the great tackle. Did not call for the fair catch. And he got driven to the turf and impressively held on. A good hit from Nick Comment. Pewamo-Westphalia is on the board first. They've been moving the ball steadily all afternoon. They'll have it when we come back.
All season, they fire out low, they get their blocks. I mean, if I can get to the second level without getting touched, I mean, that's all they got to do. And then it leaves me with 1 or 2 guys, and we get a lot of big plays, and that's all them. They're doing their jobs, and it gives me the opportunity, and we've capitalized.
A look at Jared Smith, who's carrying the load so far for the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. You don't get to 3,000 yards without a lot of help up front, and Jared Smith appreciates everything his O-line has done this year.
And all season, they fire out low, they get their blocks. I mean, if I can get to the second level without getting touched, I mean, that's all they got to do. And then it leaves me with 1 or 2 guys, and we get a lot of big plays, and that's all them. They're doing their jobs, and it gives me the opportunity, and we've capitalized.
I asked his head coach, Jeremy Miller, what impresses him about Jared Smith beyond the numbers. He said it's his work ethic. He says he came up as a freshman. He works extremely hard at what he does, and he said he's the same goofy kid that we had as a freshman. All the success, and it's been a lot, hasn't changed him a bit. He said it's just one of those personalities that everybody is drawn to. And It's a joy to coach Jared Smith. Not just the talent, but the person. And there is Smith again. Look at the blocking up front. Across the 45-yard line. Cuts it back across the 50-yard line. Jared Smith expected to shoulder the load, and he has. That's a gain of 11 before he's brought down by Halen Corello.
Well, if you notice, we're going to get a backside pull right here from the right guard. Van Els once again, he gets a great kick out from Jander Noah, and that's exactly what he's talking about. Getting to the second and third level before he's even touched. This offensive line has done a great job the entire season. There's no way you can have a 3,000-yard record-setting back without a great offensive line. And they don't beat themselves very much, and when you watch them play, they stay low and they fire out, and they get to the second level and block those linebackers too.
And you're right, Jander Noah, the fullback, had a good block that time. Now they're going to throw deep down the middle. He's got a man at the 25. Bryce Thielen inside the 10. Touchdown, Pirates! 50-yard touchdown pass from Jimmy Lane to Bryce Thielen.
We'll take a look right here. We're just going to get a little play action. Tight end down the seam. Right there, Ozzie Corp got caught looking in the backfield just a little bit, and that's primarily because of the success Jared Smith has been having. And as a free safety, that tight end will take you to the football. If he blocks, then, hey, it's a run most of the time. And then if he releases, it's a pass. But that's a great pass from Jimmy Lehman. Bryce Thielen just gets down there, makes the catch. And just look at him, Dan. They're fired up, baby.
They got a chance to take a 16-0 lead. The backup, Ryan Smith, is in at quarterback. He carries it, and he's to the goal line. Is he in? Jared Smith is in for the two-point conversion. Give to Jared Smith. The Hematites thought they'd taken the ball away. Officials are going to talk it over, I think, but the indication already has been the two-point conversion is good, and it's a 16-0 lead for Pewamo-Westphalia.
See, they run the zone read action. Oh, the ball came out. Ball came out.
Oh, boy. Well, the officials did not see it. That ball was out.
Ball was out. It's on the ground. It's right there. There's the football. There's the football. Jared Smith's in the end zone.
But he doesn't have the ball with him. And you hear the crowd below us reacting. Well, officials just did not see the ball come loose. And boy, that is one fired up head coach Jeff Olsen. He just saw the replay.
See right there, Thomas Finnegan, 15, gets his hand on Jared Smith's arm, knocks the football loose. It's on the ground.
You can see Jeff Olsen why he's fired up about the missed call, and instead of 14-0, it's 16-0. Again, this is the most points that the Hematites have allowed in any game this year, and we're early in the second quarter. You can join the conversation on the football finals this weekend by sharing your pictures on Instagram and Twitter with the hashtag MHSAAFB. Might see them on the broadcast or on FoxSportsDetroit.com. Make sure to follow us on Snapchat and FS Detroit all weekend long.
Well, that was their first pass attempt. That touchdown pass, Dan, that was their first pass attempt of the game, and it went for a touchdown because they're so run heavy.
I think your point about Corp looking to protect against the run was a good one. That ball is just knocked down in the little squib kick, and the Hematites will take over at their 29-yard line. But you were talking about how Ozzie Corp and safety's been coming up and helping on the run defense all game long, so he's looking to do the same, and all of a sudden he got caught a little bit and was a couple of steps behind Thielen.
Yeah, you start to get a little bit antsy as a safety, take your eyes off your keys a play or two, and then you just want to help out because the running back's getting 8, 9, 10 yards a carry, but you still have to play with some discipline. So Ozzie Corp has a chance to get his offense going and try to make up for those 6 points.
Again, an Ishpeming team that has always liked to run the ball. They've thrown it better this year. They're still not what you would call a team that throws a lot, but they have a talented quarterback in Corp who tries to go left side this time for Nick Comment, but he overthrew him as he was facing a little bit of pressure. You highlighted in the open, Ozzie Corp can make all kinds of throws. He can throw off 1 foot on the run. This is a strong arm, but this is not an ideal situation for Ishpeming if they're forced to throw the ball a lot right now.
Yeah, that's really not what they want to do, is just get into an aerial assault. They want to use the run game to set up the pass game, same way as the Pirates do offensively, but that time the outside linebacker, Nathan Smith, was very disciplined on that throwback pass.
2nd and 10, the yardage that you just saw tells the story. It's all in Pewamo-Westphalia's favor. Pass complete to Nick Comment. That'll be a first down across the 40-yard line. And the Hematites finally pick up a first down, gain of 12, and try to get some confidence going in this offense.
Yeah, we're just going to get a sprint out pass here to the right, and that gives Ozzie Corp a run pass read, and this is a good play call, not only to move the sticks, but to get Ozzie Corp some confidence and get into a rhythm. You see Nick Comment making the catch, trying to get upfield, but that's a good safe call to move the chains and just get your offense going.
First down at the 41. Hematites down 16. Give is to D'Onofrio. And he is absolutely stacked up at the line by the Pirates defense, which has been very impressive so far, led by a guy who plays both ways on that line, Devin Pung. Makes the stop for the Pirates, setting up 2nd and 10 again for the Hematites. Corp didn't throw a ton this year. Regular season 84 pass attempts in 9 games, but he averaged 12 yards an attempt. He was very efficient when he did throw. This is the young man, as you said, he's got size, 6'5", 210, and he can run the ball as well. This is an offense that has some weapons. Corp back, looking deep down the middle, and he's got a man at the 30-yard line. Evan Gravidoni hauls it in. Big gain of 29 yards for the Hematites.
Let's take a look here, get a little play action down the middle. And that's a great pass in triple coverage because Corp put a lot of touch on the ball. He was able to follow through even while taking a shot, but Gravidoni just went up, caught the football with his hands. Wasn't worried about the contact, looked it in, made a big play for this offense.
That's as tough a catch as you can make, and you talk about threading it in double coverage. Terrific throw by Corp. 11 yards on their first 2 possessions, and now they've moved the ball from inside their own 30 down to the 30-yard line of Pewamo-Westphalia. Corp on the keeper, and that's a good gain on first down of about 6 yards.
Yeah, now this offense seem like they've settled in. You're going to get the play action, fake the jet sweep. Corp keeps it. They let the defensive lineman go because that's who they want to read on that option play. It's just a form of the old triple option where you get the dive, quarterback, and the pitch. But right there, the option off the defensive lineman, and the Corp found a seam.
They played indoors. The weather wasn't a factor last weekend. Ozzie Corp carried the ball 38 times for 110 yards in the semifinal win over New Lothrop. This is an offense that can grind it and has all year long. The give is to Isaac Olsen, the junior son of the head coach Jeff Olsen. Flag flies. Not much on that carry for Olsen, who certainly has breakaway speed and ability. Waiting for the call. Let's listen in.
Incidental face mask, 5-yard penalty on the defense. The result of that penalty is a first down.
Hematites keep moving the chains now inside the 20. Now, you can see the inadvertent face mask right there. Turning the head of the ball carrier, Isaac Olsen. They like to get, you'll see Olsen lined up. He's on the near end of the line. They'll try to get him the ball in motion on that jet play that they'll run a lot. Corp takes it up the middle. Look at the push on the offensive line. He's got about 4 on first down. Number 11, Isaac Olsen, definitely somebody to keep an eye on. He's got breakaway speed. Son of the head coach, Jeff Olsen, and young man is Dad very proud of. He says he wasn't the best athlete growing up, but all he ever wanted to be was a really good football player. And he's made himself into that, and he's very proud of how far his son has come and the ability and what he has done this year on the field and off. 2nd and 6. Corp will carry again right side. Good blocking down to the 10, about a yard and a half shy of a first down. Setting up 3rd, and we'll call it a long one. Jared Smith in on the tackle. He does a little bit of everything.
What Ishpeming likes to do down in the red zone is go to their single wing offense, and that's pretty much where the quarterback is the primary running back. He takes the direct snap, and then they just get a push up the field. Fullback leads, starts to look for guys to block in the opposite jersey, but this is the area of the field where they really pack it in offensively, double tight, and just run Ozzie Corp.
Halen Corello in the backfield with Ozzie Corp. He threw a nice block the last time. And Corp is going to try to run for the first down. He is going to have it at the 7-yard line. And following the block of his fullback, he gets the first down. Ozzie Corp now carrying the load. They've leaned on this young man all year long. And his head coach says that this is a guy that does things that you just can't coach because of his athletic ability. Timeout called now by Pewamo-Westphalia as the Hematites have a little bit of momentum going for the first time today. Driving down the field, they trail by a couple of scores with 5 to go in the first half. $16-0 lead for the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Let's take a look at our school profile for the Ishpeming Hematites. The journey from the UP is a long one. They started on Friday morning and make the drive to Gaylord practice and then drive down to the Detroit area. Some notable alums. Well, a guy named Tom Izzo started his coaching career there. Coached the boys basketball team for 1 year in 1977. Then he went on to do some pretty good things, I think, after that.
I would agree with you. Great coach.
500th career coaching win the other day. 1st and goal. Corp has been carrying the load lately, and he's going to carry it again on 1st and 7 yards to the end zone. He gains about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. That was the 10th play of this drive. Jared Smith and Devin Pung on the tackle for the Pirates.
You see Nate Jandernoa, the linebacker, filling his gap. That's what you have to do, is keep the ball inside and front, squeeze it. Defensive linemen get up the field. Your linebackers can't false step, especially down here in the goal line area. You got to stick your face in the fan and mix it up.
Pirates defense has been very good this year. They're only giving up 9 points a game. Corp will run left side, following his fullback, Halen Corello. He gets another couple of yards. Ishpeming stopped Pewamo-Westphalia on their first drive at the 1. And now Pewamo-Westphalia is going to try to stop the Hematites. Hematites averaged 2.5 yards on the ground in the semifinal game. Their head coach preferred to look at it as well. 4 times 2.5, that's 10 yards. That'll move the chains. And that's what they're doing right now. 2 and 3 yards at a crack and moving the chains.
Well, you see the safety still playing in the end zone because there's a chance they can pass the ball from this formation.
3rd and goal. Once again, Corp will carry, driving toward the goal line, but he is not going to get there. Another couple of yards. Every carry, 2, 3 yards or just a little bit more. and they will almost surely go for it on 4th down.
See right here, you get a great stance. All you have to do as a defensive lineman is hold the point, try to force 2 guys to block you, and give those guys in the second level a chance to scrape and get to the football. You just can't give any ground.
Jeff Olsen going for it on 4th and goal, and again, timeouts for the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. They want to talk it over before this big 4th and goal, all-important possession for the Hematites after the Pirates have scored on 2 drives, and the Hematites have not been able to stop the Pirates' offense on any of their possessions today. Early in the game, it was Ishpeming with the big goal line stand. The Pirates had driven steadily down the field. Jared Smith doing the bulk of the work, and on 4th down, it was a very impressive stop, led by the quarterback, Ozzie Corp, in that defensive backfield, slicing up along with Luke Coolio, who you see right there.
Yeah, that was a big stop versus a great offensive line and a record-setting running back. And Jared Smith actually gave him a fighting chance to stay in this ball game.
On this drive especially, Marcus, Ozzie Corp has just been following his fullback, Halen Corello, on almost every play. Corello, I'm telling you, he's sticking his helmet right in there. He's taking a beating on this drive. You can't picture anything else on this play, can you?
No. 4th and 1 from the goal line, 4th and goal. Follow number 32, Corello. He's the fullback. He'll take you right to the plate. But as a defender, you still need to read your keys. And don't get your eyes caught in the backfield, leaving guys wide open.
4th down from the 1. Court, right side, touchdown. Following his blocker, Halen Corello again, big hole, and the Hematites are on the board.
That's that single wing special. Quarterback sweep to the right, a la Tim Tebow. You see Corella getting a great block again with the right side of that offensive line. Got a great push. 77, Kevin Dent.
Luke Coolio also with a good block to open up a big hole. Jarek Stenhausen on the right side, the right tackle, also helping up open that hole for the Hematites. They'll go for 2 here, down by 10. 2 two-point conversions in this game, one highly disputed for the Pirates. They'll throw for it, and Court just missed his intended receiver, Coolio, and they'll have to settle for the 6 points. The first scoring drive of the day, though, and perhaps a little momentum back to the Ishpeming Hematites.
You see they're going to give you that fake run look down in the red zone. You see Ohio State running Florida. That's a big-time play out of this package. Ozzie Corp just overshoots Coolio in the flat area. I think his tight end was open, though, down in the middle, but that wasn't the primary read.
Lot on the ground as we look at this drive. This is the big early play in the drive because they were facing another 2nd and long, and then a terrific catch here and throw. 2 of the big plays, and then on the ground, Ozzie Corp just kept pounding away, led by his fullback on every play, Halen Corello, and he pounded it into the end zone. 1-yard touchdown run. It took 4 plays to go 7 yards after they had 1st and goal at the 7, and Corp just kept carrying it, kept grinding it out, kept getting a couple of yards at a time.
Well, I tip my hat to both teams because a lot of these players are going both ways. Some guys up front, you have running backs. You see Jared Smith playing a little defensive end. Ozzie Corp is running the football. He's throwing it, but he's at the free safety position. So these are well-conditioned football teams, and that's a big reason why they've made it this far.
Luke Coolio's doing a little bit of everything defensively, offensively. He's also the kicker for the Hematites. He'll kick off. 2 of the 7 Smiths on the Pewamo-Westphalia roster, Ryan and Colin, are deep for the Pirates. Squib kick to one of the up men. That'll be fielded by Bryce Thielen. And he'll get a few yards across the 40-yard line, but that's good field position again for Pewamo-Westphalia. I think they're hoping with the squib kick, obviously trying to keep it away from the two Smith, but also hoping for somebody who couldn't handle the ball quite that cleanly. They actually were practicing this before the game, so this is a plan, but they weren't anticipating that Bryce Thielen would pick it cleanly like that.
Yeah, when you squib kick, you just don't want to give up a big return. That's the idea behind it. And then you just want to get your defense on the field.
2.5 to go in the first half. Remember, the Pirates have used 2 of their 3 timeouts. Smith on the carry, trying to get to the edge, and that's good defense. Nick Clement up to make the stop.
You'll see you get the misdirection. Smith gets it, but just watch right there. Clement, cornerback, staying outside. Can't let the ball outside the defense and makes a good open field tackle on a record-setting running back. And that's what you have to do. Go low, wrap the legs up. Hey, the body moves, but the legs, if you can get those, you can get them on the ground.
Smith again on the carry, cuts it up to the middle. And he's going to get about 3-4 yards, setting up 3rd and short. 22 plays now run by the Pirates. 21 rushing plays. The one through the air was pretty good. 50-yard touchdown pass.
One of the things that is very impressive about this offense is they don't run a wing T. It's not a triple option. They line up in a pro set. They give you 2 receivers and 2 backs. It ain't just pound you. It's just an old school pro set offense with a tackle over, and they ground and pound.
And it's been very successful so far today. The keeper for the quarterback, Jimmy Lehman, and he's right at the first down marker. Where they're standing right now, that will be a first down for the Pirates. Clock starting to tick now, and we'll see if the Pirates want to put this in the air.
You see Matt Malone, 73, the nose guard, makes a great tackle. He gets penetration. He gets that left arm out to get Lehman on the ground. They were just trying to move the chains. Now they have to get into their 2-minute offense as we approach 1 minute left.
Under center, Lehman. Remember the backup, Ryan Smith, more of a runner. This is going to be Jared Smith stepping out of one tackle and finally brought down at the line of scrimmage. It looked like the ball might have come loose, and the Hematites say they have it, and they do. Luke Coolio ripped it away from Jared Smith, and the Hematites have a chance to get on the board before the end of the half.
You see right from the back, right there, he actually sticks his arm in, deliberately rips it out. Watch Coolio come from the backside. Watch that right arm. He's got the football right there.
Yep.
Rips it out. Smith was trying to make something happen in traffic. Coolio fired up about that one, Dan.
That is one fired up young man. He's made a lot of plays in this first half. 2 timeouts left for Ishpeming. They trail by 10 with 47 seconds to go in the first half. Again, they can throw the ball. We saw 2 big throws on the last drive. Corp is going to roll right. Throw as he's hit. And threw it out of bounds. Clement was out there, but he's just trying to get rid of it. Jared Smith applied the pressure. A guy who can do obviously just a little bit of everything. Runs for 3,000 yards and applies pressure defensively.
Yeah, Jared Smith gets up the field, and he's a very athletic player, so having him at defensive end is a great coaching strategy, and especially when you have a guy like Corp who can make plays with his legs, but he ran that rollout pass to at least try to get away from the pressure up the middle, but he ran right into Jared Smith.
Hematites scored on their last drive, their first scoring drive of the day. Now trying to put some more points on the board in the final 40 seconds of the first half. Corp again under pressure, has to roll right, throws. It's going to be a short gain. Clement across midfield, will be brought down after just a gain of maybe 2 yards. And you would think Ishpeming will use one of their final 2 timeouts. They will right here. So 1 timeout left. They've got 49 yards to go. Neither team has kicked many field goals this year, so this is a possession where they're going to try to get into the end zone in these final 26 seconds. Ozzie Corp has certainly shown that he can throw the ball downfield. Terrific completion earlier to Evan Gravidoni.
You just want to take a look at the coverage. Corp really wanted to hit Coolio down the field, but he was covered. Great job by the secondary. Then he had to check the ball down to commit.
Ozzie Corp, take a look at the Pewamo school profile. Small school, about 120 miles from where we are right now, and listed among USA Today's top 500 schools in the U.S. Pewamo-Westphalia, enjoying a trip to Ford Field, looking for their first state championship, and they have played a very good first half. Led by Jared Smith in that offensive line and the terrific blocking. Now the Hematites behind their quarterback, Ozzie Corp. They've got 4 wideouts here, trying to get some more points before halftime, trailing by 10. Corp out of the shotgun. Under pressure, steps up, and he's going to be swarmed under. Jared Smith again leading the way for Pewamo.
You'll see Corp has to hold the ball a little longer than he wanted to. Jared Smith gets up the field.
Boy, he's
got around Kevin Dent. Look at the coverage here. Look at the coverage there.
Corp didn't have anybody to go to, and Smith is quick, isn't he? As you said, he got around his man very quickly. So Corp now facing 4th and 11.
Well, they need about 20 yards or so to get into field goal range. Corp has the arm to get the ball down the field. But this Pirate defense is playing zone football, very disciplined, staying as deep as the deepest. And those linebackers, I'm sure right now, Coach Jeremy Miller's telling those linebackers, hey, get to the sticks. Don't jump any route in front of you. Drop about 10 yards, 11 yards. Force them to check the ball down.
4th and 11. We're going to try to run some time off the clock. Otherwise, Pewamo-Westphalia will get the ball back down the middle, and he missed his man. And now the Pirates will have a chance, if they so choose, to take a shot going the other way. They do have 1 timeout left. So an interesting decision to call time by the Hematites. They knew what they were doing, obviously, and they had trust in Ozzie Corp that he might be able to get that first down. But now the Pirates will have a chance. You would think they'll take a couple of shots at this. With the 1 timeout, they can go down the middle of the field and get 15, 20 yards and then take a shot at the end zone. Jimmy Lehman, the better thrower of the 2 quarterbacks, is in right now.
Yeah, and if you're on defense, you want to get deep. See Ozzie Corp backing up, trying to stay as deep as the deepest.
50-yard touchdown in this game today for Lehman. He's going to roll right. Instead, he's going to run it. He will look downfield, but he's going to run, be brought down with 3 seconds left. Will they call time? Yes, they did, with 1 second left, because the clock was going to run out. So they used that final timeout. The ball's at the 37-yard line, and Lehman's got the arm to get it into the end zone. It's not a big arm, but he's got the arm to get it into the end zone. Yep. Bryce Thielen with the 50-yard touchdown reception earlier in the game. The only throw, and it was a heck of a throw deep down the middle.
Yeah, they don't throw it often, but when they do, it's very efficient. And you see right there, Lehman put enough touch on it, used the play action, got the linebackers and safeties to get a little nosy and inch up, trying to stop the run. He threw it right over their heads, and it's a great catch and run.
You like something in the end zone right here, Marcus, or something maybe more like that, deep down the middle, and hope that a guy like Thielen can make a play after the catch?
Well, I'm expecting a Hail Mary type situation where they just throw it in the end zone, hope the ball gets tipped up and one of the receivers comes down with it. But the defensive backs will all be backed up as far as they can, close to the goal line, expecting the Hail Mary.
4 wideouts as the Pirates They try to add to their 10-point lead on the final play of the first half. Lehman back, plenty of time. He's going to have a chance to step up, throw it into the end zone, jump ball, and close. But it looked like through the hands of the intended receiver, Mason Schneider. Very impressive first half for the Pirates against a team that has won 2 of the last 3 state championships in Division 7. The Pirates will take a 10-point lead to halftime. We have a terrific halftime feature coming up. You will not want to miss this feature from Justin White about one of the players who won a state championship yesterday, Martell Petaway, and the story of he and his brother Devin. That's coming up next. It's a 10-point lead for the Pirates going to halftime.
The MHSAA Football Finals on Fox Sports Detroit are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Detroit Martin Luther King football team this year was loaded with talent. Seniors. Several players who are heading to Division I schools next year, including Martell Petaway, who attended West Virginia. As a senior, Martell had a singular focus this year, helping King win a state title while honoring a legacy every single time he put on the uniform. It says Martell come true yesterday, just to bypass his story. Chucky, let me see the tag, will you? Yes, indeed. I'm sorry, what was the first part? I was looking at a card. Sorry. Oh, okay, yep. First CD, yeah. I wasn't a running back. No, I just wanted to look at it because I've got to go into. Halftime of the Division 7 state championship game. The guy we highlighted in the open, Jared Smith, with a terrific touchdown run. That got the scoring started today, and his team with a 10-point halftime lead in the Division VII state championship game. Well, Detroit Martin Luther King was on this field yesterday. This is a team that is absolutely loaded with talent. Crusaders have a lot of players who are heading to Division I schools next year, including a young man by the name of Martell Pettaway. He's going to attend West Virginia. As a senior this year, his only year at Detroit Martin Luther King, Martell had a very singular focus, and that was to help King win a state title while honoring a legacy every single time he put on the uniform. Justin White has his story.
Everyone copes with loss differently. For some, it's by running away from it. But that's not how Martell Pettaway sees things. For Martell, the best way to deal with loss is by running straight at it.
That's every day with me, just like, I gotta keep grinding, If knowing it's not enough, it just push me every day. That's all I really need right there.
Martell is a senior running back at Detroit's Martin Luther King High School. He's helped the Crusaders to an undefeated record and a shot at their first state championship since 2007. Back then, another Pettaway was wearing the Crusaders' black and gold.
I just looked at him so much. It was just like, he was just the man to me. Just like in my eyes, I saw him as almost a god, you could say.
Martell's older brother Devin was a key member of King's defense when they won the state title. But 5 months after the ultimate triumph, the Pettaway family endured its greatest tragedy. In April of 2008, Devin was in gym class when he suddenly collapsed.
Get a call from work from a neighbor saying my son collapsed in the school, and it's like, huh? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm leaving the job. I'm on the way up there. And then my neighbor's still on the phone with me. And he was like, but they saying he's not breathing a little bit. And I'm like, huh? And it's like, now I'm dreaming, I'm awake, driving, but at the same time, it's like it's really ain't sunk in yet,
I pulled over, I'm like, what, He was like, well, somebody called and said Devin had collapsed in the gym. I said, okay, and he said, just pull over. And when I had pulled over, another call had came in to him. And he just like kind of dropped his head. And he was like, Teresa, we gotta just make it to the hospital, but he didn't make it.
Devin Pettaway was 17 years old when he died from cardiomyopathy, an abnormality of the heart. There were no warning signs, no chance to say goodbye. 10-year-old Martell had to deal with losing his brother, his best friend, and his hero.
It was very hard, man, because I was just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. We did everything together. And it was crazy because one of my closest friends, he's like my little brother, and he has an older brother I went to school with my brother also, so I just see them two, it just kind of hurt me, like, oh man, my brother's gone, he's with his brother, it just hurt.
As the family came to grips with their grief, Martell turned to the same game his brother loved, becoming a standout running back at St. Clair Shores South Lake. Not long after his junior season ended, the Pettaways moved back to Detroit's school district. Martell knew exactly where he wanted to play his senior season and who he'd be playing for.
It was very high emotions, especially for my mom, my dad, man. That's actually why I didn't come here my freshman year, because there was so many the thought about me coming to this school would just kill her. So it was a lot of emotion just knowing that I'd be walking the same halls that he walked.
That will always be the place it occurred, and see, still some of the coaches, some of the teachers, they're still there, and they talk about Devin a lot to him. They always got stories about him. Yeah, I remember Yope. So it's like it's something he's living every day.
Not only is Martell going to the same school and playing for the same team as his brother, he's also wearing the same number. Devin's number 32 was brought out of retirement before the season, just for Martell.
My mom was really pushing me to wear a number. Like, she would ask, like, So whenever you go to wherever you go there, I was like, maybe 32, just not rough, whatever. But I was really gonna always wear it, but she just always just like, I think you should wear 32 because your brother, yeah. So, and then my dad was like, yeah, you know, your brother played hard in that jersey, so I guess it was just, I think they love what I'm doing for him.
And when number 32 gets the ball for King, great things usually happen. Martell has always had talent. Now he's running with a purpose that belies his pain.
It's been a major outlet for him, you know, because sometimes, you know, you see him in his room, he don't come out, and then you want to ask him what's wrong, and he always say nothing. But then when he goes to the field, he can be around other friends, you know, and then like a release valve for him where he can get out and just run hard and just do what he naturally does.
What do you think he would think about the player that you have now become?
It's not good enough. Not good enough. He was a critic, man. He was a big critic. Every time I was on the field, man, just a critic. But I think he'd be proud of me. But you know, he still believes that, you know, it could work at more. I believe in that too.
For Martell Pettaway, there's still more work to be done. One more game to win to accomplish a goal he set when he first came to King. He'll do it the only way he knows how, by running straight at it, and he won't be alone.
What was the movie where it said an angel in the outfield? Well, that's what I see. I see an angel in the end zone. Because I do some of the moves that Martell done made, I swear that you would think Devin was behind him, lifting him up, running him down there. So I just, that's all I can see. I said, I just want to believe he there with him every time he hit that field.
In addition to being one of the top running backs in the state, Martell is also an honor roll student, and he plans to study engineering at West Virginia. His parents, Mark and Teresa, urge parents of young athletes to have their kids screened for heart conditions because those screenings can save a life. So that was the story going into the game yesterday in the Division II state championship game between Detroit Martin Luther King and Lowell. And then this happened. Last play of the game, down 4, Armani Posey to Donnie Corley in the end zone as time expires, and King, incredibly, their first lead of the day, wins 40-38. Back inside Ford Field, Pewamo-Westphalia, Ishpeming. It's Pewamo-Westphalia Pirates by 10 at halftime. A look at the Pirates and their fine running back Jared Smith as they get ready for the second half. Our halftime highlights are brought to you by Arby's And the guy we highlighted right from the start, Marcus, Jared Smith, made a big play early.
Oh, he made a huge play early right there, picked up a great lead block. He's able to make people miss in the open field. You have to maintain your leverage. You can't arm tackle Jared Smith. He uses his stiff arm well, gets in the end zone.
And then finally, the Pirates went to the air for the first time, and it worked very nicely.
Yeah, they used that play action pass after the ground and pound offense. Defense got a little nosy there.
Ozzie Corp then on the ground, and they just really grounded out on this drive. It wasn't a lot of big plays, although he did make a big throw, but he just kept following his fullback, Halen Corello, led him into the end zone. There was a little bit of momentum at the end of the first half for Ozzie Corp and the Hematites. They'll try to win a third title. Second half kickoff coming up next. Look at our halftime stats in the Division 7 championship game. Marcus, what are the numbers that stand out to you?
Well, the rushing yards, obviously, then the total yards, but third down conversion has been huge. But look at the average start right there for the Pirates. Own 46-yard line. I think that's been huge.
5.5 yards per play against 2 for Ishpeming. The Pirates have dominated the first half. They lead by 10. Fourth consecutive trip to the finals from the UP. Jeff Olsen says they've got this travel thing down pretty well.
it's a great experience. And, we try to talk about that, take the experience. We're here for a reason. Kids are business-like on the whole trip. But, sleeping in different beds, getting up at, really early in the morning this morning is, something different. But both teams do it, and whoever can handle it the best, has a better shot at winning.
The travel started yesterday morning, and let's see, are they closer to Ford Field or no? Let's see, 3 NFL stadiums closer to where Ishpeming is in the UP than Ford Field is. You can go to Lambeau, you can go to Minnesota, and you can go to Soldier Field, and you'd still have a little mileage left over to get to Ford Field. It's a routine that they've got down, and you can't be more impressed than what Jeff Olsen has done. The job he has done, Marcus, 4 straight years to the finals. There are a few teams that do that. There have been some, but to see a team do it from the UP especially, and this is a team that lost 16 of their 22 starters from last year's finals team, very, very impressive.
Well, there are football coaches, and then there are guys coaching football. Jeff Olsen is a football coach. And what he's building is a program. He doesn't treat it as just a job. He cares about these kids on and off the field, and he's doing a great job so far.
Alec Thielen will kick it off. Nick Clement is back deep, but he's not going to get a chance to return this. That ball is fielded by Dal Denafre, and he's going to churn it up to about the 40-yard line. And the Hematites will have good field position to start the second half. Take a look at how the first half went. You mentioned that starting field position for the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. The Hematites started at their own 1, couple of punts, then a touchdown, and then finally could not move the ball when they did have good field position at the end of the first half. Well, touchdown drive was impressive, though.
Yeah, very impressive. They only had 4 opportunities. That's because the Pirates ball controlled the entire first half.
Ozzie Court fakes the run, throws middle, has a man. Thomas Finnegan with the catch, a gain of 15 yards and a fine throw and catch. Court to Finnegan.
Let's take a look at the play action. Fake the quarterback sweep. Finnegan gets behind the linebackers right down the middle of the field. Court does a great job of selling it. He is a running quarterback at times, so the defense is going to react to his run fake. He was able to get the ball down the field.
A couple of big passes in that 71-yard touchdown drive. Big 15-yard gain on first down on this drive. Hematites down 10. Court running right side with some room. Across the 40-yard line and a gain of 6 on first down before Bryce Thielen brings him down.
That quarterback sweep off the right side, just off tackle. Same play they ran down in the red zone. Let's take a look at the right side. See big 77 Dent, he's creating that space right there, creating that running lane. And Ozzie Court just read it, bounced it outside.
Marcus, you mentioned it earlier when Isaac Olsen ran one of those jet sweeps and didn't get anything on it. They apparently don't feel like that's a good matchup against this Pirates defense.
Yeah, they really want to run in between the tackles. Outside, I think with guys like Smith, it's hard to break the perimeter.
That's why we're seeing Ozzie Court carry so much, and he's got room to run again. Good hole on the left side and a first down across the 35. Ozzie Court, much as he did last week in the semifinals, is carrying the load and carrying it very well.
See, now this offensive line, they're really starting to get to the second level, and that gives Court a chance to get his body going forward. Got some pretty big guys. Look at that offensive front. Big hog mollies, man. They're fired up coming out of the halftime on this first drive.
They sure are. George Layton made a terrific block on that last drive, freeing Smith for the gain. First down outside the 30. Court will carry it again. This is much like Jared Smith on the other side of the ball. They know that he's going to be carrying the ball, and he's very effective, and that's why the occasional pass has been very effective for the Hematites.
Yeah, you mentioned Gage Layton in 53, the left guard. He's a very physical player. I've been watching him this entire drive. He's keeping his pad level low, and what they're doing is double teaming the defensive tackles and then getting up to the linebackers, and before you know it, Court passed 3 or 4 yards.
Second down and 7. 28-yard line of the Pirates. Nothing fancy, as Court just takes it and pulls his way straight ahead. Following his center, Matt Malone, Nate Jandernoa, on the tackle for the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. They dominated the first half with an offense that could not be stopped really for the most part. The Hematites were a little slow to get going, but they have a lot of faith in this young man, Ozzie Corp. This is his 4th straight trip to Ford Field. He was here as a freshman, and he is not overwhelmed by anything that he sees here at Ford Field. He is a calm leader of this offense. And he's going to carry it again on 3rd and short, and Devin Pung greets him at the line and stops him for no gain, setting up 4th and 3 from the 24-yard line.
Let's take a look at Devin Pung. Left side of his bam, right there in the center of your screen, just gets off a block. He also plays center on that offensive line, but face-up tackle. You see eyes on the football, driving his legs through the ball carrier. That was a huge stop on 3rd down.
We've been calling his name a lot. The 6', 220-pound, as you said, center and defensive lineman has been very active today defensively. 4th and 3. Out of the gun. Corp running left side, will turn it upfield. He's right at the first down marker. And where they have it marked now, it looks like he's got the first down. Josh Myers on the tackle. Will they measure or just eyeball it? They will measure because he is right there at the 21-yard line. They'll bring the chains in. If they indicate first down, the drive continues. If not, it will be Pirates ball.
It's going to be awfully close.
They stretch the chains and first by a nose, literally.
2 chain link. Let's take a look here. You get the quarterback sweep left. The one thing Corp did, Ozzie Corp faked inside to get the defense to suck in, then he bounced it. Just watch how he attacks the line of scrimmage. Then he bounced it. You see Coolio with the block. And then Corp falls forward. That's a good tackle by Josh Myers in the open field.
Sure was.
A 6'5", 205-pound quarterback.
Tremendous split wide right. Everybody else packed in tight. They're strong to the left side. And that's where Corp is going to run and find the going tough. Gang tackling led by Nate Jandernoa on first down. This is what we see and certainly saw on the one drive toward the end of that drive when the Hematites were just getting 2-3 yards at a time. It is amazing, Marcus. They do continue to move the chains, even though it doesn't look like they're about to break a big play on the ground. They just keep grinding it out.
Yeah, they definitely keep grinding it out. You see 24 right there. Nathan Smith did a great job of occupying 3 or 4 blockers to allow his other teammates to get free. And then you see Jandernoa, 32, the big linebacker, closing the back door as well.
7 straight carries for Ozzie Corp, 2nd and 10. Left side, and he's going to get about 5 yards. Nathan Smith comes up to make the stop. Marcus, I keep expecting something other than Ozzie Corp running the ball, but they're going to just keep giving it to, or calling his number. But we did see Isaac Olsen come in from the sidelines. You see the drive. He's carried the ball 8 times for 29 yards. Isaac Olsen is a big threat. He's a speed guy who can get to the edge. You would think at some point they might change it up a little bit.
Well, these are called body blows, where you just, it's getting late in the fight. They're just pounding and pounding, but they just lull you to sleep. But they outnumber you at the point of attack in the box. They have 10 guys in the box versus 9 or 8 for the defense.
1 of 6 on 3rd downs today. They'll throw for this one. In the middle, has a man! Thomas Finnegan, and he's got the first down inside the 10.
That's a great play call because those linebackers started to inch up. Now the coaches in the booth are saying, hey, look, those linebackers creeping. Corpse hangs in there after taking a shot, but he delivers a great pass across the middle to Finnegan. Finnegan knows he's going to get hit. He just wanted to secure the catch and get on the ground and move the chains.
2 big passing plays in this drive look very similar. Look like a run for Corp, and then he pulls up and delivers on the money, this time to Finnegan. 1st and goal from the 8. Out of the shotgun again. Corp running left side, cuts it up inside, and he'll get about 4 or 5 yards on first down. Really is something how they just keep the chains moving. But the passing game has been critical at times for the Hematites. You have to rebuild an entire offensive line. And as Jeff Olsen, the head coach, said, two of the guys who replaced the starting line from last year had 1 year of experience. So it has been a process to get this offensive line to where it is now, back in the state championship game. 11-play, 56-yard drive. Second and goal. Corp running right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Hematites.
Get Corp to that right side, following Corello once again. He's a tough kid. See Corello right there. Bang, gets the kick out block right there. And the beautiful thing about it is he didn't rush. He's using his eyes to track the defenders. See, Jared Smith wasn't able to bring Corp down. Corp falls forward for a touchdown, but Corp right, Corp left. They're keeping the defense honest with their run, pass, counter punch balance offense.
Corp is going to run the right side and into the end zone for a two-point conversion. And the Hematites are within two. Big opening possession of the second half. The Hematites drive 60 yards thanks to that guy, and they're within two after trailing by 16. Ozzie Corp leading the Hematites. Menards brings you the big money moment. 15-yard play on the first play of the drive, and then it was Ozzie Corp, and a little more Ozzie Corp. But again, another well-timed throw toward the end of the drive. Back to Thomas Finnegan. That was a big first down, and then Corp finished off the drive again, following the block of his fullback, Halen Corello. 2 of 2 passing, 10 carries on that drive for Ozzie Corp. He's the leader of this offense. They lean on him a lot, and they leaned on him on that drive, and he delivers on a 60-yard, 12-play drive to get his team to within 2. Luke Coolio with a line drive kick to the 25-yard line. Mason Schneider will carry it across the 30, and he's got some running room up to the 40-yard line. Again, full, good field position. So we look at the first half possessions for Pewamo-Westphalia. 14-play, 65-yard drive ended on the 1. And then a couple of touchdown drives, and then a fumble before halftime ended another drive. Remember, there have been 2 fumbles by their big back, Jared Smith, on the 2-point conversion. Officials didn't see it, and it was ruled a 2-point conversion, but he was stripped there, and he was stripped another time, something to keep an eye on, as clearly the Pirates, or the Hematites, are trying to go after the ball when Smith is carrying. Smith carrying here on the direct snap, Nick Cummett up to make the stop in the open field again. That's 2 plays, fine plays he's made on the edge against Jared Smith.
You know, Pirates come out, their second half adjustment is to start off in the single wing. Jared Smith, we talked a little bit about that before, and this time they forced him to bounce the ball outside. And Commit fired up again because he just tackled a record-setting running back in the state championship game. He's making some plays. Very disciplined young cornerback, Nick Commit.
The Did the direct snap to Jared Smith, and they're going to do it again. Running left edge, gets the edge, gets the first down right at midfield. No, they knock him out just shy of the first down marker at the 49-yard line. This is what they did in the snow all last weekend. And it looks like Marcus, after not using this in the first half, they want to show the Hematites a little bit different look.
Yeah, they're definitely giving them a different look. And you see, when you have a back like Jared Smith, you can do different things. But both of these offenses are really ball controlling. You know, that last drive for the Hematites was for the better part of 6 minutes, and they got points out the drive. That two-point conversion you talked about is the only difference in this ball game right now.
Quarterback Lehman under center again. 3rd and 1, and he's going to take it straight ahead, follow his center Devin Pung, and get the first down. Last week, the direct snap was a direct result of the huge snowstorm that hit most of the state. Jeremy Miller said he was a little concerned at the start of the day. There was already 4 inches of snow on the field at the start of the game. They got another 4 to 6 inches during the game. He said, I knew my team was going to be okay when they came out for warm-ups and started doing snow angels and throwing snowballs at each other. They embraced it like backyard football on a snowy day, and they played a terrific game in beating Loyola 30-0 in the semis. Jared Smith running for 193 yards, most of them when he took the direct snap, as he's going to do again here. First down, just across the 50-yard line. Well, it's interesting. They got him in the backfield, but they actually were going to snap it to Bryce Thielen.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So in the backfield, you have Nate Jandernoa, Jared Smith, and Bryce Thielen. 3 running backs, quarterback not in the backfield with the 3 backs. Let's see, backing up 5 yards, if that changes the strategy of Jeremy Miller. Again, it looks like Thielen is going to take the snap, and now they shift. Thielen takes the direct snap, is going to run right side. Big hole! Oh, across the 50, stumbled, and he's frustrated. Nate Jandernoa leading the way, opened up a huge hole, and it looked like it was going to be a big game. They have to settle for about 6.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Watch the offensive line go to the left. They're all blocking left, but the 2 backs. Jandernoa leads the charge around the edge, but you see Thielen can also run that single wing. He normally lines up at tight end position, and he loves it too. And he knows that the turf monster here in Ford Field took him down.
Reached up and grabbed him. Clement was there, but he was already going to the ground. Again, they will shift. It looks like this time Smith will take the direct snap. Running right side. Stumbles, keeps going. Gets down close to the 40-yard line. Clement and Ozzie Corp on the stop. We've been calling their names a lot defensively today. Boy, how is Ozzie Corp going to feel at the end of this day? He's in, it seems like, on just about every tackle or Clement, and he's done all the carrying the load on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, definitely. Well, it's been a physical contest, and a lot of these players, like we said earlier, go both ways. Offense, defense, playing that Iron Man football, laying it on the line. So you're going to get hit sometimes, then you're going to do some hitting. Heavyweight boxing match.
3rd and 2. They've been very successful on 3rd downs today. Jared Smith again will take the direct snap. He's going to run left side and try to get to the edge. Cuts it upfield right at the first down marker. And again, we might have a measurement. I think this time they will say first down.
See, this time they line up in the same formation, and instead of running it opposite of the 2 fullbacks, Thielen and Jandernoa, they kept it this time just to keep the defense honest, because the defense was starting to pick up on the fact that the line was blocking left, but the backs went right, and it really throws off your read as a linebacker if you have to read between the line to the backs. But now they're kind of mixing it up, doing their own version of counter-punching and deception, if you will.
You think of that one big run, Marcus, but really this Hematites defense has done a pretty decent job against Jared Smith, who averages 11 yards a carry. He's going to carry again. Nope, that's Bryce Thielen, and nowhere to go. Loss of 1 on first down, hailing Corello, who's been throwing blocks all day long on the offensive side of the ball, comes up to make the stop.
Let's take a look at Corello right here in the center of your screen. Watch how he pursues the football, squares up in the hole, makes a tackle. That's how you play linebacker. You read your keys, you shed blocks, and then you strike. And then you get up and celebrate.
5'8", 180-pound senior. He's been throwing blocks all day long for his quarterback, Ozzie Corp, and that's it. You're right. That's textbook play right there from the linebacking position. Thielen now looks like he's going to take the direct snap, but a whistle blows, and it looks like we have a timeout called. And that'll be a timeout called by the Hematites of Ishpeming. They're trying to slow down a Pirates offense that's been tough to stop today. 2-point lead for the Pirates late in the third. Back at Ford Field, final seconds of the third quarter. It's been a big change, Marcus, in the second half. The Pirates moved the ball in the first half, but they decided to go to more of a direct snap and not just to Jared Smith.
Yeah, they're really switching it up. You notice they got the 2 fullbacks right there, and they're taking you to the play, but the offensive linemen are blocking that. Right here, this is the play where Turf Monster got Thielen just a little bit, even though, hey, he saw Nick Cummett coming and lined up. Nick Cummett lined up, but the Turf Monster got him first. But just notice they're running 2 fullbacks out of that single wing look.
Thielen will keep it. Nope, that's Ryan Smith out of the shotgun. The junior quarterback. We expected to see a fair amount of him today. He has not really played a whole lot. His head coach feels like he is the shiftier and the better runner.
Look at the misdirection. Fake right, fake left, quarterback keep. As a linebacker, you really have to pay attention to the offensive lineman and key through all of that. But
that's good defense, isn't it?
That's great defense, just to play with that type of eye discipline and to still be able to make the plays and get off blocks. But that misdirection can get a little tricky. And if you don't honor the jet sweep, they'll give it to you.
That's the end of the third quarter. A 16-point lead for the Pirates at one point is down to 2. The Hematites trying for a third title in 4 years. The Pirates trying for their first ever. 12 minutes of football left here at Ford Field.
It should have started at the end of last season. Believe. You have to believe in your players, then they will believe in you. You too can create a masterpiece. It's time. Let the big dogs eat on Fox Sports Detroit. You need commitment. It should have started at the end of last season. You have to believe in your players, then they will believe in you. You too can create a masterpiece. It's time. Let the big dogs eat on Fox Sports Detroit.
Rob Rubik will be with us when the big dogs take the field. The Division I state championship game, Cass Tech and Romeo, coming up at 1 o'clock today. 12 minutes of football left. Smith in at quarterback, rolling right. That's Jimmy Lehman making. Throws downfield, intercepted at the 22-yard line. Thomas Finnegan across the 30, almost to the 40-yard line. The first pick of the day, Jimmy Lehman picked off a 16-yard return, and the Hematites have the ball.
And you see Lehman just rolling out. Look at the coverage. They ran a 3-level flood route where you got one deep, one intermediate, and one coming from the backside. And when you when you roll the coverage, then that brings, when you have a flood pattern, then that brings the defenders over to that same area, and they all got bunched up together. That time Lehman, see right here, look at the defensive coverage. They're just playing cover 3. That's thirds, 1/3 of the field where the defensive backs each, but that was great underneath coverage there.
Hematites, first down. Who else? Ozzie Corp with a big gain on first down, 9 yards. Ozzie Corp is the threat out of the backfield. There's no secret to what the Hematites are trying to do on offense right now.
No, it's definitely not a secret. It's Ozzie Corp left, Ozzie Corp right. And they're just grounding and pounding the football. That was a 9-yard pickup.
And then once in a while, they'll fake the run, drop back, and hit Thomas Finnegan for a big gain. Twice on the last drive. 2nd and 1 here. Might be a down where he might go to the air. Nope, whistle blows.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Ozzie Corp, this has been his day today. Bang. They say he can block well. He hasn't had to block today because he's the one who's either delivering the blow or following his blockers. It's been a heavy workload and very impressive performance from Ozzie. It's not going to be a lot of yards per carry. It's just very effective running. He wants to win this game after losing in the finals last year. Ball is loose on the snap, couldn't handle it. Corp got it back just ahead of the Pirates defense.
Snap was a little bit to the left. Corp took his eyes off the football, but he was able to recover it. You see now, after the great run on first down, their last 2 plays, you had the false start on offense, and then you had fumble there. Now they're behind the sticks, which favors the defense. So they're in 3rd and long, but that's what penalties would do to you. But they have an opportunity to throw the football. Corp has shown he can throw the football down the field, obviously, sprint out pass, but the defense now is expecting pass, so the play action might not be there.
That's right. Empty backfield for Ozzie Corp on 3rd and 13. He's going to give it to Olsen. He's got running room on the left side. Driving the legs across midfield, and he's got the first down. The first time that Isaac Olsen, an explosive runner, has made an impact in this game.
Let's take a look at this. They just run the counter play, and he's going to cut it up right there. And the blocking, that big hole on the right side of the defense allowed them to get the first down, but that's a counter play. Ozzie Corp started to his right, and then dropped it off inside to Olsen, and they blocked it well.
Isaac Olsen averages 11 yards per carry this year, but he has not been a big factor today. And on first down, Ozzie Corp with a big gain. 8 yards on first down for Ozzie Corp, as that offensive line really getting into a rhythm right now.
Yeah, and they're really starting to wear him down. Ozzie Corp's falling forward, and he's a patient runner. He's a big, strong kid, so see this offensive line just getting a big push. You see Dent, all those big bodies up front just start wearing on you after a while. It's becoming a tough man contest.
Corp carries right side, gets to the edge, but he can't break free of Jared Smith. Calls him down, but that's enough for a first down after a gain of 4 on second and short.
See Jared Smith fighting off a block. Able to wrap Ozzie Corp. Wrap him by the waist this time. Gets him on the ground. Hey, that's a great tackle because both of these two young men are war daddies. I mean, they fight, scratch, and claw on both sides of the football. Two big-time players going at it. They have to tackle one another, Dan.
Hematites were down by 16. They've got a chance to take the lead on this drive. Quick toss, has a man across the 30, right at the first down marker. Luke Coolio gets the quick toss from Ozzie Corp, who's been very effective throwing today.
Yeah, see, this is the area of the field that's wide open. And when you run a double wing set with the quarterback who's pounding you, then it's going to open up the hash area of the field. So the linebackers have to respect Corp's running ability, and you never know if Coolio's going out to block someone at the second level or if he's running a pass pattern. So that's a great play design.
Carello in the backfield, leading the blocking on the right side, and Ozzie Corp on second and short just bowls his way across the 25 before Jared Smith brings him down. It's not quite 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but truly, Marcus, it's 3-4 yards at a crack at a cloud of pellets, I guess you could say. But I mean, it's really something. It's rarely a big run, but it's very effective running for Ozzie Corp.
Downhill football, smash mouth. 4 or 5 yards, 2-3 yards, then there's an 8-yard gain. Probably won't see a home run, but they don't need it. They know how to get on base, sustain blocks, and move the chains.
First down, Corp again. Got a block from Carello, and that freed him to gain about 6-7 yards on first down before Nate Jandrenower brings him down. Very effective running by Ozzie Corp.
You see the blood on Ozzie Corp's hands. He's taking a bunch of shots, but you see the patience. He's allowing his blocks to develop. And these wide receivers are blocking downfield. They're getting it done.
Timeout called by the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. They had a 16-0 lead in this game. And now a team that has won 2 of the last 3 championships in Division 7 is on the move, threatening to take the lead out midway through the fourth quarter. 2-point lead for the Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia. Slow start for the Hematites offense, but that young man has brought it alive on the last 3-4 drives, and he's doing it all with his feet and through the air occasionally.
By land, by air, his running ability has opened up passing lanes down the field. And you see he's able to find his receiver with clean passing windows. Now he's running the football, stretching out, but he's falling forward. He's a ground and pound running back. He's patient. See, he covers the football in traffic, and he's the one delivering the blow, and he can take it outside too.
The Defensively, he has 9 tackles to go with all the pounding that he's taken carrying the ball. He's delivered on the other side of the ball. 9 tackles today for Ozzie Corp. He runs left side. He's got a hole. Inside the 10, inside the 5. A flag flies as he gets down to the 2-yard line. See if this play is coming back. The Hematites think so. We'll wait for the call, but it looks like a holding call will bring this back.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
See if we can find a holding penalty. You see Coolio right there. You see his hand right there. Coolio right there. He had a fistful of jersey.
Yep.
Which is the block that sprang Ozzie Corp around the left side.
Looked like a good call. Makes it 2nd and 10. So Corp will just run it left side. He's free! Inside the 15, right at the first down marker. Ozzie Corp has picked up a first down for the Hematites.
Look at him going around the left side. There's Halen Carello once again, sealing that left side of the line. Hey, Ozzie Corp looks like the Wizard of Oz right now, baby. He is grounding and pounding that football right, left, and up the middle.
Comparison of the 2 big backs in this game. One's a tailback, has been taking direct snaps. The other, the quarterback for the Hematites. Trying to drive for a touchdown that would give them the lead midway through the 4th quarter. Corp again has some running room, and he's going to get a nice gain on first down of 7 down to the 5-yard line before Colin Smith brings him down.
Well, he's laying everything on the line. He's leaving it out on the field. He wants some redemption from last season. And he said, hey, coach, put the team on my back. If you guys get a push, I'll do the rest. And this is a complete team effort when you watch this offensive line and the receivers and backs all blocking in unison.
2 tough defenses that know how to make stops. Pirates did it earlier in the game. Corp running left side, legs driving, and he's going to come up just about a yard short, but a first down makes it 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, the Pirates that time lined up in a psycho look. None of the defensive linemen had their hands on the ground. They were all standing up inside the 5-yard line, trying to confuse the blocking scheme of the offense. But look how physical this game is. Look at Ozzie Corp delivering the blow, holding on to the football, fighting for extra yards. It's going to take 5 or 6 guys to bring him down in the goal line area.
Wonder who's going to get the ball here. Keep your eye on the fullback, Halen Carello, because Smith will be following him. Runs it up the middle, and Corp, and he is stuffed right at the line and might have lost a little bit on first down. What a push up front by the defensive line for the Pirates. Nathan Smith makes the tackle among many.
Yeah, watch this defensive line get penetration. When you see offensive linemen on the ground and defensive linemen in the backfield, then you know something didn't go right. But I'll tell you, defensively, see big Matt Fox.
Oh, boy, he plugged the hole, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Big fella moved his feet, used his hands. Look at him.
2nd and goal. Ozzie Corp has already reached the end zone. And he's going to carry it again, and he drives toward the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown! The Hematites take the lead. Third rushing touchdown of the day for Ozzie Corp. And they'll go for 2.
See? It's the same play right off the left side, but he fights. Stretches the football out right there at the very end. He was stopped on the 1-yard line. Watch how he stretches the football out right there, the way he extended it right there. Look at him. State championship effort for the score.
And Corp will carry for the two-point conversion. Again stretches out and gets it. First the touchdown, now the two-point conversion. Both times he had to extend the arm to get the points. And these Ishpeming fans are loving it. Looking for a third title, and their team is leading by 6. Three running touchdowns for that young man, Ozzie Corp, who's been doing it on both sides of the ball today. Look at the offensive plays in this half. Pewamo-Westphalia only had the ball for 9 plays and 1 possession here in the second half. They dominated the first half, and the Hematites were down 16-0, but a team that has not allowed more than 16 points in a game this year so far has made sure that the Pirates have not been able to break that 16-point barrier.
Yeah, when you ball control that way, Dan, it really protects your defense. It allows them to get rested up.
Short squib kick at the 35-yard line. Jared Trierweiler across the 45, steps out of a block, stays in bounds across midfield. And good field position for the Pirates. We know they can move the ball. They just haven't had the ball much in the second half.
Well, that's a big-time return to be able to flip the field with under 4 minutes to play. You see, it's just stepped out of bounds with his right foot. But that's what, when you squib kick the ball, you're sacrificing field position. You're forfeiting it. But look at the blocks on the perimeter.
Stepped out of bounds right at the 50-yard line, but this has been the story all day. Pirates have had good starting field position for their drives all day long. Now trailing for the first time today. Cutting it up inside, but unable to break free is Jared Smith. Over 100 yards on the ground today. So for the season, he's over 3,200 yards. 112 of those came in the first half, and just the 23 in the second half because his team has not had the ball. Credit to the Hematites for running the clock, controlling the ball. Last possession for the Pirates ended in an interception. Jimmy Lehman has been most of the day in at quarterback. Under center here. Quick toss, Smith. And he's finding the going very tough on the right side. Maybe a yard or two before Luke Coolio comes up to make the stop. We're under 3 minutes to go in the Division 7 state championship game.
Yeah, you can see the fresh legs of this defense because they're still playing fast. They're getting to the football, and now those run lanes Jared Smith broke in the first half, they're just not there. They're just collapsing on these run lanes. They're tackling better, and they're making plays in space, and give their offense credit for allowing them to stay on the sideline for so long.
3rd and 3 for the Pirates. They've got to get right to the 40-yard line. Smith driving, gets it. Looked like he might be stopped short, but it is Jared Smith, and he was not going to be denied. A gain of 5 yards moves the chains.
See the backside guard, Schaefer, 68, getting the kick-out block, and Jared Smith used his vision, slight jump cut to find a seam to fall forward for that first down.
Pewamo-Westphalia still has all 3 timeouts. Smith again tries to get to the edge. He just has not been able to get to the edge. That's a real credit to the Hematites defense. Isaac Olsen up to make the stop. This is a guy who loves to get to the edge and has all season long.
Yeah, and that's right. Just right there, you see the linebacker coming, and he's in pursuit because the defensive end, stayed home, got up the field. Yes, he got reach blocked, but at the same time, the longer that play goes east and west, it buys time for your linebackers to play fast and get downhill.
Down to a minute 30. Team that relies on the run to score has scored with a 50-yard touchdown pass today. Smith on 2nd and long with a short game, but they're going to need to do more than this with time running out, even with 3 timeouts. Marcus, you think they'd have to put the ball up at some point?
Yeah, now it's time to probably go to the air, but you see Jared Smith running the football. Watch Ozzie Corp laid a big hit using his shoulder. I believe that's close to 10 tackles now.
It is. Yep. 10 tackles for Ozzie Corp. He's been the big offensive player today for the Hematites. Back to throw. Lehman toward the end zone, and the ball is knocked away. Fans looking for interference. Jukin on the coverage. Trierweiler with the intended receiver.
You see Darren Jukin playing that cornerback position, expecting the deep throw, knowing the ball had to go in the air. You see the free release. Trierweiler just going down the field. And that's what you want to do. You want to get in phase. If you're a defensive back, you want to get in a cutoff position, hip to hip, play the receiver's eyes, and go up for the football.
4th down for the Pirates, and they're going to call timeout on a critical 4th down play with 43 seconds left in this game. Broadcast of this game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Fox Sports Detroit. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Fox Sports Detroit. 43 seconds left in the Division 7 state championship game. Pewamo-Westphalia had a 16-0 lead over a team that has been in the finals 4 consecutive years, 2 titles in the last 3. Pewamo-Westphalia has never won. State title in football. They have, as you can see, girls and boys track and boys golf. They're trying to win a state championship in football for the first time. They've got a big 4th down right here. Now, obviously, Jared Smith is the guy, Marcus. But this Hematites defense has been coming up tough. What do you like right here on 4th down and 4?
What I like, I'm thinking just a flat-out 5-yard turnaround route right at the sticks, like right here. Just run it, sit down right there. I think that's the easiest throw in high school football. You just move the chain.
Lehman rolling right. 4th down, game on the line for the Pirates. He's under pressure. He's going to throw deep to the end zone, and the ball is knocked away. Knocked away by who else? Ozzie Corp. And the Hematites are 30 seconds away from a 3rd state title in the last 4 years.
Give that defensive line plenty of credit for flushing Lehman out of the pocket, rolling back to his left. Watch Corp go up, 6'5", bats it right down. That's exactly how you want to do it. Let's take a look at the whole picture. Get the roll out to the right. Coverage is excellent down the field. Defensive lineman still in pursuit to stop the quarterback from running for a 1st down. And Ozzie Corp goes up, tallest man on the field, makes the biggest play of the day.
4 sports star, track, and baseball, and basketball, and he has done it all today. And his athletic skills have been on display on both sides of the ball very impressively. Pewamo-Westphalia can stop the clock, but it doesn't look like they will. As we count down the final seconds, and it looks like they're going to let the clock run. Final 10 seconds, Division Championship in Division 7. goes to the Hematites of Ishpeming for the third time in the last 4 years. That young man played one heck of a game, and his coach is letting him know it right there. Ozzie Corp, game of a lifetime on the biggest stage, Marcus, and as you said, lost in the finals last year, and what a satisfying feeling it is as he leads this team to a title this year.
Hey, 3 out of 4 years as a state champion. I tell you what, to watch him lay it on the line on both sides of the football, to ask your quarterback to run downhill as many times as he did, accept the punishment, dish out some punishment, turn around, make some big throws, then on third down to keep drives alive, keep his team in it when they were down so many points. And then on defense, he turned around, 10 tackles, and a big-time pass breakup.
That young man right there also had a heck of a game, Marcus. Jared Smith, all kinds of records this year. He's got one more year of high school left, but couldn't be more impressed with Jared Smith.
Oh, he had a great season, and I tell you what, he didn't have very many opportunities in the second half. He just didn't. The offense wasn't on the field.
It took 21 years for Jeff Olsen before he reached Ford Field for the finals, and now he's won 3 titles in the last 4 years. Ishpeming wins Division 7.
The MHSAA Football Finals on Fox Sports Detroit are brought to you by Arby's. Try the new A1 Special Reserve Steak Sandwich today.
MHSAA.tv is going to have live streaming coverage of the post-game press conference from this game. Plus, you're going to find highlights and archive of all the weekend's championship games. Get bonus coverage of the football finals at MHSAA.tv. Our Toyota player of the game, well, it's no big secret, Ozzie Corp on both sides of the ball. Ran the ball extremely well, scored 3 touchdowns, broke up the last play of the game, a pass into the end zone that could have won it for Pewamo-Westphalia. Ozzie Corp, Marcus, did a little bit of everything today.
Yes, he did. He ran the ball extremely well, and you see these 2 pass plays that opened up as a result of his running ability, and watch him in traffic, cover the football with 2 hands and fall forward. Every big play that was made by this offense went through number 12, down in the goal line, ground and pound, and he was tough to tackle. 6'5", 205 pounds. He's a leader, and he just got it done all day.
Very impressive when you think they lost their entire offensive line from last year. It was tough to run the ball earlier this year, at times, for Ishpeming. But they found a way that offensive line came together, and as you said, he did just enough through the air to keep everybody honest, and that offensive line and his fullback, Halen Corello, did a lot of the rest.
Yeah, that offensive line probably played one of their better games at one of the highest moments. And when you talk about replacing an offensive line and making it to a state championship, I tip my hats off to that entire team.
Pirates of Pewamo-Westphalia were trying to win its state championship for the first time. Obviously some sad faces on the final on the other side, but they have nothing to hang their heads about. 13-0 season before today. The game ended this way on 4th down, 1 shot into the end zone. Jimmy Lehman, the quarterback, had time, was looking right, then he stepped up under pressure and threw it to the end zone, and Ozzie Corp was there to knock it away. Fine defensive play, and it just capped off one heck of a performance by the quarterback and safety Marcus. Enjoyable game here this afternoon.
Oh, it was a great game to see. I mean, looking at how they got out to the big lead, and then Ozzie Corp brought the Hematites back.
That's going to wrap up the beginning of a full day of coverage here at Ford Field. Our final score in the Division 7 matchup, Ishpeming 22 over Pewamo 16. For Marcus Ray and our entire Fox Sports Detroit crew, I'm Dan Dickerson saying so long from Ford Field.
Power and glory forever and ever. Amen. You guys just make history.